Going to choose a random start here, and he might get paid off. It's going to be Saracens v Mongols. That could be an uphill battle for him. Again, Castle Age start here in Game 2, Masters of Megarandom semifinal between Tim and Mentalist. We're going to see Tim in blue playing as Mongols, Mentalist in red playing as Saracens, and we have water again. Both players do have Rees left, so they can read this one out, but there will be a main pond, a huge lake, probably a good fishing economy, and also some small areas on the side, so there is no connection to walk a land-based army, a terrestrial army across. What will we see on the maps? We'll see lots of stone, lots of gold, lots of food on land, and, you know, not the greatest wood, but decent wood lines, at least for the early game. So in general, there is not really a huge rate-limiting resource here early. Maybe wood, but in general, I think it's going to be just fine. What jumps out at you in this one, Milmano? What are you seeing right off the bat?
Crap tons of gold and stone.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, you've got Saracen and Mongols, so like that late game is just going to be. I really hope we get a late game scenario because it's going to be monstrous. Other quick things to mention is, of course, very close deer to begin with, and 3 boars, which is going to be super nice for Tim. Like even like I know it's like Castle Age start, but he's still starting with like only a few villas, so having that 3 boars is going to be super nice. Yep. It will also help you get a nice little jump start and getting like some upgrades like Bodkin Arrow a little bit earlier and so on and so forth. So
yeah, it can also help him with wood. He doesn't have to task quite as many villagers to chewing up that boar, and therefore he can put a little more on wood. He can take over, maybe he can take over water a little earlier. Yeah, that's a really good point. That triple boar is a big deal.
They got a normal scout, or they not start the scout.
Looks like looks like Mentalist is scouting around with a villager, and Tim is scouting around with just sheep. So Mentalist will have a little bit more map reveal here probably in the long run, but one villager not working at the moment. Mentalist is also behind by a vill here. Interesting.
They both got loot. He's a little bit behind, but
I see.
You know,
no, he's just fine.
It's okay. It's expected. I feel like against Mongol. I don't know if he's against. I don't know if he knows if he's against Mongol. But anyway. We find the 3 boars now. I think he didn't see them until just now, which is a bit of a shame. Unlike Tim, we sort of found them because they're next to his wood line, which is kind of big. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fine, even start here. We are at the 6-minute mark for the host, so if we don't see a GG here when we catch up to real time, then then we're going to see a full-length game here. So game 1 did go to Tim, and here in game 2 we have Mongols v Saracens. I don't know. The water is going to be very interesting in this map. Again, this is one that you actually don't really need to control the water. If you could sneak a dock and a transport, you'd be just fine. There's plenty of room here to boom up a forward if somebody chooses, but both of these players are really good, so it's going to be hard to sneak anything by them. But yeah, we do see Mentalist still scouting around with a villager. That's interesting. He did have sheep early on, but he decided to chew them up. He hasn't actually scouted with the 2 that he has at the moment.
He's luring a deer.
Ah, he's pushing deer. Nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice villager deer push from Mentalist, but it seems like he's just a tick behind. He's nothing that can't be overcome. What were you saying?
So I just noticed. Look what Tim's up to. I'm very surprised by this choice by him to build a mill for these deer. Now I get why the mill, but more of the fact that 2 things. One. Like there's a bloody lake. I think that's a bit important. But I think he put it in the wrong position. If you put it like a tile to the right, you see where he's taking that villager with the shorefish right now. I mean, like it could like a minor thing, like it's a little bit of walking distance there. It's not the end of the world, but if you put it a little bit to the right, it would be nice. But it's okay.
The thing that Tim doesn't know that maybe Mentalist has a little bit better of an idea of, I shouldn't say a little bit better. He has one more panel of reveal from that villager, so we can see a little bit more of this lake. I wonder if Tim knows that this is a big fat lake in the center. This is like a snake that has something digesting in its stomach. It's a very wide lake in the middle. There's lots of fish. Tim did his scouting with a sheep. I wonder if he knows how much water there is here. But on the other side, it does not seem like doesn't seem like Mentalist will have a dock yet either. So both players.
I think that makes sense now I think about it, because it's a big lake, lots of fish, but there's also a mother ton of food, and for Tim, it's still faster to take the hunt in terms of the deer, and of course the boars, and he had 3 of them, so you might as well try and take that and have a bit of advantage. However, because he built that mill instead, it has cost him that second TC being up a little bit later than Mentalist. So Mentalist got his second TC up at a decent time. He's going to get his third down as well, so both players are going to boom. Now, I wonder if they'll probably go for water, just for control. Oh, Mentalist, be careful. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, so interestingly, we have 4 villagers out there working on building a house there for Tim. We'll see what they do next. Tim's resources at the moment, they're starting to climb up. Maybe he'll go with a 3rd TC here relatively soon. Mentalist on the other side, like you said, is a bit ahead. I think he has already dropped his 3rd TC. Yep, it is 70% done. So Mentalist Eco is out to a bit of a lead here. His TCs are up earlier. He's going to have more villagers out a little earlier on. But Tim is in a very good position as well. He's happily taking that land food, as you said, which he has a bonus for. That's a very good point. Both players are going to be able to boom out of control here. Neither of them has yet. Tim's built the dock. Sorry, I spoke too soon.
He even built a 2nd mill for the berries. That's a weird choice, I feel, a little bit.
Yeah,
I know the land food's starting to, of course, the deer hunt or whatever is so quick, he's going to lose some of it in the end. But again, it's got that little shellfish pond next to it with 200 food. In berries, that it's quite slow to gather. I mean, yeah, it's got the wheelbarrow, but like the farm using farms, like which is what Mentalist is doing, is actually faster now than just taking berries at this point. So I don't know. To me, it's okay, I guess. I don't know. It depends on what he's going to try and work with here. I feel like his start just hasn't been so clean, and it's just really surprising because there's no real economic difference. In fact, it's probably favoring Tim with all this extra land food, because Saracens don't really get much bonus economically. It's like the market bonus is where they really shine at, and Tim is just for hunt, which he's had plenty of. So having that 3rd TC up really late in comparison to Mentalist is quite surprising.
I don't think Tim is too far behind though in the long run. Like I agree with you. I'm totally on board with you, but at least Tim has in his favor a couple of fishing ships that are popping out so that he can start grabbing some food. Fishing ship is about equivalent to a villager, right? Gathering food,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He'll be okay. He will have his 3rd TC up soon. He'll be able to match Mentalist in the villager production rate. And I think we're going to see it just fine. Like you said, it's a minor. I think Tim he could have done slightly better, but he still did a heck of a lot better than I would. He's going to be just fine. We're going to see a game that is won tactically. I don't think the eco difference at this point is going to be a different. Oh, and look at this.
Yeah,
Speaking
I've
of
just
tactically,
spot it. Yeah, the transport queue. I was looking at the dock.
yeah, amazing. So Tim is going to come with a forward stable right away, and that is the tactical difference that we were looking for. It looks like he is going to go with aggression. Mentalist has some houses scattered along the shore here, so he may see that eventually. When those presumably knights start coming out, I would suppose, from Tim. He will see them, but probably not in time to react and wall himself up. That area is not that thick. It could be walled, but you would need to you'd need to control it. Tim's actually going to build an archery range, and he's going to send his other villager around to scout a bit. And yeah, what do you think of that aggression? You think that's a good call from Tim?
I'm finding like, why is he doing a stable in an archery range? Okay. I got. Was he putting a scout with it or some knights? He's building knights. Okay, that's weird. We'll get back to that. But this is actually interesting because this is actually highlighting a flaw here with Mentalist's map. If you look at it, look where his TCs are. Yeah, they're in decent places. One's covering the stone, one to start off with, and one up top on the hill near the gold. And this is where the flaw in this map for him is that he hasn't actually found a TC that's covering gold safely enough. You could do another TC on the front next to the one on the hill, but again, not the best location, which is understandable. So when the knights come, yeah, he's going to gold now, but it's not that safe. It's okay. Is it game running for you, Bo? I've got to pause.
Yeah, we're paused at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just pointing out here, like, it's the gold okay-ish, but it's not that safe. So I'm going to be really curious as to how it's going to plan out, because Mentalist could lose a lot here if he's not careful enough.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's going to go 200.
Oh, we're back onto the game now. We will see how he does. He will see double archery ranges and a stable. That is very interesting. I thought we would see basically knights running in to screw with this economy. Very nice point about the gold. Mentalist doesn't really have a safe gold. If Tim can send in 2 or 3 of those knights, he might actually be able to idle the gold economy for quite some time. Mentalist may expand his eco here eventually, so Tim should probably make hay while the sun is shining. But we'll see. Knights for power raid and cav archers for monk picking.
Alright, fire ship coming out right now from Mentalist. It'll take care of the water, but Tim's not interested right now. He's going land. This comes exactly the right time as well. The knights go straight to that gold.
Yeah, he's going to
Oh
grab a couple
boy.
vills,
Oh boy.
and Mentalist is going to quick wall himself in on his wood line, which is going to be nice for him, but he did lose a couple vills there. The villager count now is it's pretty much dead equal. It's not a huge disadvantage yet for Mentalist. He is quick walling his gold in. He's trying to do the best that he can. He's going to drop a stable as well. And a nice quick reaction here from Mentalist, but he's in trouble. He's feeling the burn right now. He is going to...
He lost like 6 vills. That's
losing...
like great. And look at the vill difference now. It's 14 difference. Holy cow, that's...
Oh, man, and those crossbows...
That's a lot.
Those crossbows
How
are
the hell
beautiful.
Did Tim just pull out that lead?
Those crossbows that we questioned a little bit are absolutely beautifully played. All of those villagers who walled in to save themselves from the knights have now been picked off by the crossbows. So the gold economy for Mentalist is totally screwed up right now. Tim is continuing to build his forward, has a siege workshop as well. He is full push mode. What do you think, Milmano? Is there a chance he can come back from this? I feel like Mentalist
there's always
is in
a
a
chance
lot
in
of
this
trouble.
game. He's not terribly far, but like he's far behind, but it's not GG situation. He's got enough stone to drop a castle right now, which is what he will do. Depends on where he's going to place it, though. I would have thought he would place it where he put the monastery down, but he's going to put it right next to the water edge. Ooh.
Yeah, he's going to drop a castle on water, which is interesting. Maybe try to get some aggression going on water. One thing Mentalist did is he built out on the other shore to get some map reveal and anticipate any sort of landing. But unfortunately, he picked the wrong shore. He had a 50-50 chance, and he got unlucky there.
You're right there. That's a very unfortunate.
Oh, man, he's in a lot of trouble here. Crossbows in his eco, just camping out exactly where Tim should be camping them, right on that main gold pile. Mentalist has used knights to win back his main gold, but you can now see that Tim is starting to mix in some camels. Incredibly wise choice because he knows his opponent is defending with knights. Tim will have rams very soon and crossbows to go with them. And this is an incredibly nice game from Tim. We kind of questioned what he was up to, and I guess now we figured it out. He was going for aggression and landing. This is working out incredibly well for him. Mentalist will have a castle. He will. Go ahead.
So just like, these crossbows just picking Bill after Bill. This is just so frustrating, I think, for Mentalist. He has got one good thing for him, though, because the slight gold issue is the market now, so he can start shifting resources around. It'd be really nice to help him out here. He's also building another TC close to the gold / wood. Bit of an odd location. I think he's trying to get wood with it at the same time, but it is quite close to the shoreline, so be careful with that.
Yeah, so...
And the castle's now up, so I think in Mentalist's head, he's probably thinking, right, okay, the castle's in a decent position. It's covering the water edge, covering the sort of front of his base. He's probably thinking to himself, if I can manage to survive this period and beat this sort of landing back, then I can try and, of course, win the water with the castle on the edge. That's probably his thinking. But God help him. There's just 2-3 rams now out with like a bunch of crossbows hitting the wood line.
Yeah, Tim is doing exactly what he should be doing, which is really hitting his opponent hard. If you're going to land, you can't just pussyfoot your way around. He's doing a great job to really hit him where it counts. The thing is, behind this, Tim is booming up. He's on 100 vills at the moment, so he's not exactly committing to like 1 TC type of aggression. He's on 3 TCs, building up vills and pushing at the same time. Pretty intensely, incredibly clean game here from Tim, grabbing more vills from Mentalist. The Rams are now in on that upper TC. Mentalist is going to try to rush them down with the vills for a moment. He will get one of those Rams, but the crossbows are quickly behind, and they're going to be able to take this down. We do see mangonels in defense from Mentalist. He's doing everything he can now. It is a tournament game. He's got to try every possible way to win it, but he's in a lot of trouble. He will be able to knock down these Rams with this mangonel here eventually. Yep, he's going to get those down. But he is in a world of hurt, as Salty would say. He's now behind by, what is it, 30 vills? What do you see?
Yeah, he's actually able to click up first, but it's pretty much exactly the same time as Tim, so good luck, really, still. Good luck. The guy's got, 40 more villagers basically at this stage, but that are all safe and not, idle or just inactive or dead. This is a toughie. I mean,
yeah, Mentalist
Castle's now being dropped as well by Tim, so he gets 2 trebs out for 1, and they're both uphill technically still. So
yeah. Very nice double castle there in series from Tim. He's, like you said, Mentalist's only hope was to beat back this offensive, and we can see that Tim is really doubling down and investing in it. And there we're going to see the end of the game without a GG.